So let's start. So in this video, we'll go through the two very common figure of speech, which are similes and metaphors. And we'll find out the basic difference between them in this video. And once you identify simile or metaphor in any of the sentences, you all can create similes and metaphors in writing also. Now check this. Have you ever been as hungry as a lion? Is your brother a bear in the mornings? So these are examples of a simile and a metaphor. Which one is which? You will know at the end of this lesson. But one thing we have noticed in these two sentences, the comparison have been made, isn't it? In the very first sentence, we have compared your hungerness with that of a lion, and in the second we have compared your brother with a bear. The first sentence is an indirect way comparison, we can say, and in the second one, your brother a bear. Is your brother a bear? This is the direct comparison. So it's going to be very interesting. Let's find out which one is which, either metaphor or simile. Let's start with similes. A simile is a type of figurative language that describes something by comparing it to something else with the words like or as. To link our pictures in the mind, we use like or as. It means that one thing is like another different thing. Like we can say X is like Y. Okay, we often use the words as and like with similes. Now children, let's move on with some examples. When we say as slow as a snail, it means we are comparing two unrelated things with one another by the quality, and we know that when we talk about snail, the first thing which comes to our mind is the speed, which is the slowest of all. That's why if we want to describe slow pace of one kind with the another kind of a snail, for example, we say she walks as slow as a snail, which means her walking is very slow. In a similar way, when we say as easy as ABC, it means it's very easy. And the next one is as sharp as a razor, which means that unrelated thing is very sharp as a razor. Now children, we'll move on with the examples one by one so that there would be no any confusion. Now see the example. The man jumped like a kangaroo when he heard the news. In this sentence, we have compared the two unrelated things with one another, which are the man and a kangaroo. And we know that kangaroos can leap some 30 feet, that is 9 meters in a single bound, which is their specific quality. So this is what the specific quality of a kangaroo, which we have compared here in this sentence with the man's jumping when he heard the news. Next one is the frog's eyes sparkled like diamonds. Here it is comparing the sparkle of a pair of eyes to the sparkle of diamonds. Eyes and diamond are two unlike things being compared here. Now see, my grandpa walks as slow as turtle. It expresses a very slow walk that's like a turtle. Now next we have, we are like two peas in a pod. Pod means shell, the outer cover. Here it means both are identical, means the same, or nearly so you can say. The next one is, Scout was as brave as a lion. Scout, you can say detective or spy. So here the two unrelated things have been compared, like the scout and a lion. And when we talk about lion, that means we are talking about the bravery. So here it means Scout was very brave as that of lion. Let's move on with an interesting poem. The title of the poem is Fire Truck. As red as a ripe strawberry, as loud as a baby screaming, as fast as a racing horse is a fire truck. And we know very well about fire truck, which carries firefighters and equipments for fighting large fires. So when there is any emergency, we see on the road fire truck as red as a ripe strawberry. And you all must be knowing the strawberry, it's a fruit, and when it gets ripe, okay, the color of the strawberry, it's like a blood red. So the color of the fire truck has been compared here with the ripe strawberry. Okay, here we can see we are comparing the two unrelated things, the fire truck with the strawberry. Then as loud as a baby screaming. And we know very well when a baby screams, they scream like to the top of their voice. So the loud sound of the fire truck is that has been compared with the baby screaming. Then we have as fast as a racing horse. Here we are not talking about horse, we are talking about the racing horse, which is used in the race, and at the same time they are the fastest. So when there is any emergency, the fire truck is as fast as that of a racing horse. And that is what we are talking about, a fire truck over here, comparing with unrelated things like strawberry, baby screaming, and racing horse. I know what you all must be thinking while seeing this box of chocolates. But you never know which one you will get. So, life is like a box of chocolates, and you never know what you are going to get. So, with this example, we are comparing the uncertainty of life to the uncertainty of choosing a chocolate from a box. Now, children, let's move on with the next figure of speech, which is metaphor. So metaphor is a comparison in which one thing is said to be another, which means we compare two unlikely things or ideas without using the words like or as. Actually, it describes an object or action in a way that isn't literally true. Just see the example. She is a walking dictionary. Here we are just comparing two unlikely things without using the words like or as, which means direct comparison is being made here between she and dictionary. Here it means that she is a very knowledgeable person. Let's move on with some more examples to make your understanding clear. The first one, Franklin has a heart of gold. Here it means that one is very kind and good nature. This expression heart of gold alludes to gold in the sense of something valued for its goodness. Then we have Mary's voice is music to my ears. Music to ears means something that is pleasing to hear. Okay, and here we are talking about Mary's voice. Then we have he is a walking encyclopedia. So here also we can say that the person is very knowledgeable. And then we have the world's a stage, which means the world is a stage. Here it means that this world is like a stage show and all human beings are merely actors. Now let's move on with the examples one by one. Here, the stormy ocean was a raging bull. Raging means angry. So here, stormy ocean is compared to a raging bull. It suggests that the stormy ocean is very scary and dangerous, as like a raging bull when it gets angry. Now in this picture we can see cloud at the top, and pictures of cats and dogs can be seen, and we have a person with an umbrella in his hand. So what does it suggest? Yes, you all are absolutely correct. The example is, it is raining cats and dogs, and it's a good example of a metaphor. And it's raining like cats and dogs from the sky. It's really impossible. Okay, next to impossible, you can say. So when we say that it is raining cats and dogs, it doesn't mean that it's raining cats and dogs from the sky. It means that it is raining unusually or unbelievably hard. Now let's move on to the very common example of a metaphor, which is, she is the apple of my eye. So we say this apple of eye when someone or something is very precious, or someone most cherished above others. It can be also one's favorite or loving person. Now here in this picture we can see the person is there with the book in his hand, and there is a key also, and the success which is locked, and the key is coming from the book only, and from that key we can open the lock and we can get the success. So it's only possible when we go through the books, and for that we have to do hard work, okay, to get the knowledge from the book. That's why it's very true to say that hard work is the key to success. So here, hard work is the most important key to success, and achievements without hard work are next to impossible. So if you want success, you need to work hard, and that's only the key to get success. Our next example is, her heart is a cold iron. Cold iron as a metaphor used to indicate lack of sensitivity, that means it's hard and cold. We can automatically assume that she is not accepting his forgiveness because she isn't very forgiving. So here we can see that we have used two unlikely things. The first one, which is heart, okay, and we know that it's an organ, and the another one is cold iron. Now last but not the least, we have two more examples with us, okay, so that we can make our understanding better. Now the first one is, he was a busy bee. So here we can see that two unlikely things have been compared, he and bee, but without using the words like or as. That's why we say it's a metaphor. And if someone is a busy bee, it means they enjoy doing a lot of things as bees do, and always keep themselves busy. Then we have, you are my sunshine. So here we are comparing two unlikely things, you with the sunshine, which are totally different apart. So through this line, one wants to say that you are the light of my life, you are dear to me, or you can say you are important and special. Okay, children, now we will learn about simile and metaphor all together, okay, so that it will be more crystal clear to us. So first we will go with simile. Life is, which means life focus on what's important, capture the good times, develop from negatives, and if things don't work out, take another shot. And when we talk about life is a game, which is a metaphor, here we are talking about the game in which the person who faced the obstacles and get over and move on, he will surely get success. Actually, life is a game that has its respective rules. So we have to obey the rules and we can win the game then. Now see the example. You are as skinny as a rail. Skinny means thin, okay? And as we know that a rail is a very thin pole. So here in this sentence a man has been described as thin as a rail, which evokes the image of a remarkably thin man. And when we come to the second statement, we have, and you are a mountain. So here we can see the first person is being called a mountain by the second person. So we know very well that mountain is a raised part of the earth's surface, much larger than a hill. So that's why the comparison has been done so. Okay. So the first sentence, you are as skinny as a rail. We can see we have the word as over there. Okay. That's a simile. And the second one, you are a mountain. In this we have not used the words like or as. So this is what? Metaphor. So children, as you all know that we have done with a lot of examples of similes and metaphors. Now it's a high time to know how to decide if a statement is a simile or metaphor with a very simple trick. Okay. At first we'll see, are the two things being compared? If no, that means it's neither a simile nor a metaphor. If yes, then are the two things unlike, which means different? If no, then it's neither a simile nor a metaphor. If yes, the two things are different, then does it use like or as? If no, that means it's a metaphor, and if it use like or as in the sentence, then it's a simile. Understood? Dear children, I am pretty sure that there is no any bemusing now in understanding of figure of speech, that is simile and metaphor. Hope you all enjoyed while learning and must have learned to implement these in your spoken too. So see you all again with the next interesting video. Till then, take care and thank you all for watching.